Well, holy crap, it turned on. Hey, I can see myself now. How long did that take? Half hour? Restarted it. Then I had to delete all the keys and everything. Restart it again. Then install all new keys. Then fire it up and it came up. How you doing, guys? I've actually been sitting here reading your texts while I've been waiting. We got everybody here. Well, not everybody, you know what I mean. All the important ones are here, right? How you guys been doing this evening? I got a mess on my bench here, on my table. You should see my iPad. It already looks like I had a hammer taken to it. It's what I miss. Anything good? Looks like you guys have been here waiting the whole time. You must have good patience. Nothing but chainsaw. He's got his transmission in. Buddy, I've done that enough times that I'm at that point in my life where I don't even want to touch it ever again. Grab an XL12 if it... Yeah, there you go. Have I checked the 55 Husky piston? No, I haven't. So the 55 be piston ported, wouldn't it? And it would have the holes through the side of the piston, probably where the transfers are. That's the first thing that pops in my head. Yeah, it's 46 millimeter. I'm just wondering about if it's got the holes in the piston for piston ported. Because the on the reed saws, the transfers would be right there. Now, one of the mods I've been wanting to do is to take like a something like a 55 top end and throw it on a home light and piston port it just for fun. I know I could just pick up a 360 and I'd have piston ported, but wouldn't it be cool? Take a old Super XL, throw a whole top end from something else that's piston ported, and modify the whole thing. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, I have one here that's for a Husky that doesn't have the side windows, but it's bigger. It's like 50 millimeter. You want to bore out a cylinder? Well, if it's Nicosil, you might run into some trouble because then you'll have to replate it. It's like $250 to replate it. I know some of the Max cylinders are, I think some of them are sleeved, and I've heard of them being bored out. I've heard of somebody sleeving a cylinder once. I don't know if they achieved it or not, but if you bore out an aluminum cylinder and try to throw explosion in there, it'll just incinerate within moments. That's why the Nicosil's in there. It's a much harder material. I know they make different sizes of sleeves, but I have not heard of anybody successfully converting one, but I'm sure it's been done. Another rabbit hole. If you want my advice on how to get better performance, it's going to come from the pipe, a tuned exhaust system. You'll double your power, every bit of it. A properly tuned one, you can't really just take a dirt bike pipe and stick on there because those things are. It's two different designs of two-stroke engines. Traditionally, they work like an air pump. Air in, air out. It's pumping. But a tuned exhaust system it's completely different. It's puts the whole system on what they like resonance they call it. It's all operating by frequency, so it's tuned to operate at a certain RPM. And once you get it tuned perfectly from front to back, that thing it's power like you've never seen before. That's why dirt bikes and stuff, whenever you're on the throttle, you hit that certain point in the RPM range where the frequencies come in with the exhaust and all that, and it's just like bang, you're gone. That's what it is. It's that resonance system with that tuned exhaust. It sends a sound wave up the exhaust, bounces it back, and hits the exhaust port at just the right moment to cause compression to like double or whatever. So it's like boom, power. But it has to be, it's that time it takes from going back and forth in the RPM. So that it has to, link up just right for that power, for that boost to happen. And that's why two strokes, like dirt bikes and stuff, have that snap with their power band. It's about the resonance. And that's, if you really want to get us all to run, that's, the tuned exhaust is the way to go. And no replacement for displacement. Yeah, that's true. Pumped up about the Super XL, yeah. Uh, Myself, Simple Man on here. There's actually another individual. He doesn't come to the channel that I've been talking to. We've been working on figuring out ways to take the Super XL even further because they are horrible, stock. And we've been working on trying to find all the right parts to piece together kind of Frankenstein a Super XL that just runs. You see the high dad? That's me. That's my boy. Hi, Cody. Ronnie started working on his pipe. Hey, a $30 Super XL auto is a good deal. Hey, Ronnie, what'd you get that pipe off of? I'm curious. No, I've started the 360. We discovered that there's a ton of junk in the fuel tank, so I've been soaking it in solution, just getting the goop out of there before I go after it again. That'll be one of our upcoming porting projects too. I want to get it running, see how it does, and then tear into it, port it, see what it'll actually do. An 80cc China motorized bike. Cylinder from a 76 on the XL12. The bolt pattern's different. The sleeves that come down past are different, and the timing's a little different. So they are different. All the junk, I think it's from the fuel line that was in there. I think it dissolved, and whenever it did, it just completely saturated the fuel tank. I'm gonna measure it out, get everything right. They make software, free software online. You can actually design a whole pipe properly tuned for the engine and compare. You might realize that you're close, or you might realize that you're off. I think the first thing you're going to run into is probably the inlet pipe between the cylinder to the cone. It needs to be a certain size. That's like the most important piece of the whole system. The length of it, the diameter, and all that. Like that piece is extremely important to make sure it's just right. If it's too small, it'll really make things go. It'll basically prevent you from working hardly at all. If it's too big, it could throw things all out of whack too. But it's the length and the diameter of it and everything playing the factor. Yeah, 360s are good saws. Mine would be a great saw if it'll be a great saw whenever I get it get all that goop out of the tank. I've dumped it and refilled it up a couple of times, and it keeps coming. Yeah, definitely see if you can find those 360s. Yeah, they do break NFI pins. I've already had to replace one of them on mine. Yeah, two-stroke stuffing. That guy knows a lot about pipes. There's another guy out there who literally knows everything. And every once in a while, that two-stroke stuffing guy will mention his name. But that guy definitely knows a lot about pipes. But he gets somebody else to build his pipes for him. He understands how to do it all, but the actual construction, he lets somebody else do that. Got a 750. Yeah, for that amount of money, it's worth way more than that. Yeah, the 360 runs faster than the XLs. That's why, it's a newer saw. It's a newer version. The XL design basically was, it started out in the 60s with the XL12, and then they just kind of changed the design throughout the years a little bit, but it never changed much up and through the 90s. So by that time the 90s hit, everybody else was beyond that, and that's when Homelight was trying to play catch up. They ended up getting arrogant, what we got's good enough. We're selling millions of them. We're just going to let it run. And they let it run too long. So everybody else ended up, their innovations ended up getting beyond Homelights there at the 90s. And so I think they got arrogant and let things go. Night, Cody. Mom's still watching me. I like the C-Series. I've never had one in front of me, though. Hopefully one of these days. I want to run one. Yeah, Ronnie has a XL12 he's doing. He's showing it on his channel. I showed him where to get the reeds, and he looks like he got them. I'd love to have a C series saw. It's one of my. They just don't. They're not around here. There's like none. I have seen the occasional one go up on Craigslist and the marketplace and stuff, but literally within 15, 20 minutes, they're gone. Just gone. I've tried, but they're gone. You know, it is what it is. I'm sure I'll get one day. Ronnie's a dirt bike guy. It's pretty obvious whenever you go to his channel. He's definitely a dirt bike guy. I came from, Yamaha Banshee, 350cc, two-stroke, twin cylinder. And if you guys ever ported a twin cylinder, you actually had to measure everything. I got two down there, Simple. Huh? I'm interested in every C series. I'd own every single saw there is if I could. I noticed something today. The this is a 130 style oil pump, and I don't know. I might be able to modify this to go in an XL12 or something. I don't know. I probably don't have enough crankshaft though. But I could definitely modify an XL12 to work by crankcase pressure. That'd be easy. Auto oiling an XL12 through crankcase pressure. Do I want a runner or builder or either one? I prefer builders. If you haven't noticed. If some of you guys send me messages and sometimes you might notice it takes me a while to get back. If I forget to reply, just send me another message. I'm actually a very busy person, especially Monday through Friday. My work life's a little rough. I think I'm averaging 60 to 70 hours a week, but I do multiple jobs. I have to run part of the business. I have to go out in the truck for some of it. So I have a lot of different things going through my brain at all the time during work hours, and sometimes I just get to where I forget about some of the messages. So if I don't get back to you, just send me another message. Nothing but chainsaws getting 30 subs in the past few days. That's good. I think all the YouTube people should subscribe to each other's page. All of them. You'll notice it like YouTube shows me a list of all the people who have subscribed to my page. Not all of them. A lot of them are, I'd say most of them are private. But anybody who's public, I just subscribe. I feel like you should always subscribe to each other. It's kind of like supporting each other, if you know what I mean. Well, it's not that I'm working multiple jobs. I'm working at the same place, but I run a section of the business. So here, I do document destruction. So we actually have trucks that go out to banks, doctors, and all that stuff, and pick up secure documents and destroy it on site. And they run around and do that stuff all the time. So I'm the guy at the office who gets the calls for all the customers. I do all the scheduling, the pricing, the estimates, all of that stuff. But at the start of COVID, I lost all my help, all of it. It is literally just me doing everything. So my life right now at work is rough. And now that we're coming into January, this is going to be a big hike because everybody starts cleaning out their stuff at the new year. And, it's going to get worse. And then it just keeps getting worse. Tax season is a huge hike. And then the summertime's a big one because every school district in the area calls me. They do all their stuff when schools are closed. So, it's a lot of work, but I get her done. Didn't come to Georgia trip. I heard something like that. Uh, I do work for the federal government, but nothing like that. Uh, they require particle size. Things got to be shredded down to a certain particle size. We have the only mobile unit that can go down to dust. So I get some calls about that, but we don't do anything. It's stupid, some of the stuff they have us do. Newspapers and magazines, and it's ridiculous. That's probably 90% of their work. Nothing, everything gets destroyed. How do you sub while on a live feed? I think if you click on their name or something, or right click their name or something, it'll send you right to their page. If you're on a computer, it'd be a right click, open a new window, but on your phone or something, I think if you click on their name, it'll just send you there if you click their name. Two-stroke problem, the small bore stuff is growing on you. Ronnie, I would look into the like the little um, what are they, like 50cc moped type things? They're like a motorcycle, but they're little 50cc two strokes. Those things are quite interesting to me. Progress on my 360. I just got a tank full of crud that I'm just using solution to get it out. It's pretty bad. So I've just been letting it soak. That's the only thing we're waiting on. I keep dumping it and putting fresh solution in there, and it just, that's all we're waiting on. Clean fuel tank. Like a Vespa, yeah. There's a lot of aftermarket stuff for those things. A lot. There's a lot of, there's a lot out there on them. So I think that'd be a cool area. You could really get into some serious hot rod work because there's so much information on those little things. There's my wife. She said our boys are in bed and she's going to bed. Love you, hon. Night, Ronnie. I do work down in West Virginia area. You guys keep talking about it, but I'm way up on the other end. I'm up. Most of my work is down around the Cumberland area, which it gets into West Virginia, but not much. Kind of up in that little corner though. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Oz Datman? How's it going, buddy? Uh, hey, Simple Man, did you watch the live stream today with Jason? He said about building you a home light. It's never too late. Never too late. Yeah, he said something about you wanting a Super XL auto or something like that. I don't know. He mentioned you and he said about building you a home light. Ever seen any Bigfoot or other wild stuff? Who, me? Uh, the biggest thing we get around here is bobcat or bear, you know, not a Bigfoot. Not Tin Man. Um, Bellhopper, he's the one who said it. Where am I located? Uh, Let me think here. About 2 hours east of Pittsburgh. He's definitely a go-to guy if you want to learn something. I'll tell you. You know, some people in Chambersburg. Well, my brother is in Dillsburg area, not far from there. Why don't I ever see baby Bigfoots? I'm not looking for them. About the best explanation I can come up with. You know what's funny? There's some YouTubers who are not far away from me. Nick Pixel, what, an hour? He's about an hour from me. The Morgans are probably 2.5 hours away. Um, there's another guy. He's actually a young kid. I haven't seen him post any comments in a while, but he's 45 minutes up the road. There's a lot of YouTubers in this area. We have a lot of deer in this area. There's a lot of farmland, a lot of private land, and the deer population kind of exploded once all the posted signs went up. So there is a lot of deer. So when I go hunting each year, I usually get a couple each year. Well, this year I only got to go for a half a day once because of work, you know. But a couple a year I usually take. We're allowed 1 antlered and 3 antlerless. That's what we're allowed. So I ever think about porting a Super Easy? That's on my to-do list. I haven't thought about it. I'm going to do it. Just, you know, one project at a time. I'm working on figuring out the issues to the 130. It's sitting here on my table now. What compression would the XL have? It's common to see them between 120 and 130, but you know, that's after years and years of use. I have a Super Easy sitting right next to me. I have a video coming up on it. You cleared your land with a 150? Wow. That's a little saw. Like this? 150? That's a little wee saw. Simple Man wants to see my Super Easy. It's nothing special. Just a, full wrap West Coast version of the Super Easy. It's even got the little muffler guard. You see that? It's a pretty nice one. We're going to have lots of videos on this one. That's how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. Over many, many, many days. But you're not a fan of the 150 there. They are definitely different. Oh, you're not a fan of the Super Easies. Yeah, they are different. Does mine have decompression? Yep, it's intact too. It's intact. She works. You don't have a Super Easy yet. I have this one. I have one down here that's a runner. Just doesn't run great, but you've seen video on it. I have another one coming, and I got parts. Just, there's a lot of them that have been, cooked. Those seem to be pretty easy to find, if you know what I mean. I think Super Easy, Super 2s. The Super 2 is by far the most common saw in this area. But after that, it'd be the Super Easies and then the XO Autos, probably. Oh, I forgot I got another Super Easy up on the table. Well, you guys had somebody had mentioned to me about porting the Lombard. So I looked at the other Lombard I have, and it's got a horrible cylinder. So I'm thinking about seeing how the rotating assembly is on it. Because the one I'm running, it's got a lot of slop at the bearings. So I'm wondering if maybe I can get the two and make one good one. And maybe do a little porting on it. Hey, when a Lombard is running good, they're hard to beat. Uh, I compare them to the XL 500s, the 400s and 500s. They're kind of in between. They're hard to beat. I mean, a good running Lombard will, them things will eat 68.8 cc's. They're up there close to the 70 cc class. They got some torque behind them. Those Lombards were popular around here. There was a dealer, and he was just happened to be the right guy at the right location and everything. So there was a lot of Lombards sold around here. Were you able to identify that one? I couldn't identify it completely from the pictures, but I think it was an AP42 with the VI mounts. Check the bearings without pulling apart. Well, I had the engine already apart once. They had air leaks like out the wazoo. I had to really disassemble the saw, and when I had it apart, I was checking bearings, and there was a lot of play in them. The piston, even you can grab hold of the piston and feel the jiggle in it. There's a bit of play there. Well, the Lombard will take the same bar and chain that a Homelite Super XL will. Exact same. That's what I do. I pull the bar off my Homelite and put it on my Lombard. Pull it off my Lombard, put it on my Homelite. I go back and forth. They're the same. Well, I should say the bar studs are smaller like the XL12s, but with the spacer on there, it's the same. Hey, later, Josh. I didn't even see you post. I have so many projects I want to do. So many. Super easy. Get it up and going good. I got a XL2 I want to port. I still got to get my 700 finished. The XL12 I need to get it started and tested. I got an XL101 I'm doing a full paint restore on that one. I got a Mac 1010. runs. The oiler's not working. I just got to fix that, which is simple. Um, I got a zip. I want to get going good. Got my brother's 371 to do. XL, Super XL to port. Another Super XL to port. 130 to finish. I got a lot of projects. I'm going to have content for a long time, I think. Maybe one of these days I'll just do a quick video or two on a saw while I put it together. Part of what slows me down is giving you the different videos. It takes longer to edit a video than it does to do the work to the saw. So I might knock one or two out in a hurry. Which pulling that looks like the XL12? Is that the 1200? I don't know. I'm not familiar with pulling. No, that's Pioneer, isn't it? I'm thinking. Where do I get the reed valves for the XL12? Well, it depends. Your XL12s have two different types of reed valves. The older ones just have literally just like a single metal plate, and then later on they switch to the pyramid design, and then the Super XL autos all have the pyramid design. So the pyramid design is what I've done. If you send me a message, whatever, I'll send you the link. It's less than $20 to get that sucker shipped to your house. Later, Jack. Here's a reed I picked up. I'm going to try to see if I can get an XL12 modified to take this reed. The old school XL12s. I want to see if I can get the XL12 to take this reed cage. I'm worried about how long it is. So it probably won't work, but that's why I picked it up, just to see if it would work. I could put a spacer here, you know. So we'll see. You know, my favorite was the Super XL Auto until I ran a 130. The 130 is a whole new animal. They are. Same piston. The timing numbers are different on the 130. So it's like a Super XL souped up, you know what I mean? It's like running a ported Super XL Auto, or halfway ported Super XL Auto, straight out of the box. That's the way the 130s run. So if you take a 130 and import that, that's why this saw should run really, really well. But the 130s are difficult to find with a good cylinder, you know? The 76s are different. The timing numbers are different on a 76. They're a little slower. Talk about Boising reeds. I did some research. Their reeds are a little thick, so I'm afraid to use their reeds because how thick they are. That's the only reason. You know, I started this channel back in 2011. You believe that? 2011, I've been doing this. But for the first several years, it was like 2 videos a year. They were horrible. Then eventually I started showing more and more of what I do, and I think I deleted 100 videos. Those first 100 videos were so bad, they were chasing people away. I got rid of them. They were bad. But yeah, I've had this channel since 2011. Been posting since. I did a motorcycle on the channel. I did an old Yamaha 850cc 3-cylinder motorcycle rebuild, boarded out and everything, 0.5 millimeter. But those videos are all gone now. It's pretty much chainsaw stuff now. I've never done a snowmobile, but you know, I'm sure I could. I've done a lot of different stuff. Yeah, chainsaws are life. I plan on getting a lathe here, simple man. I'm looking at one right now. It's a mini lathe. It's only like $600. So, but you know, it's $600 lathe. I don't know. You know, I'm afraid it might be a little wimpy, if you know what I mean. But it's one of the mini lathes, like the one that you put on a table. I'm thinking about getting one. I shouldn't say I'm thinking about it. I'm probably going to get one of these days. But, you know, right now I got 3 little boys who are taking priority over a lathe. Yeah, I think it would do cylinders. It's literally it's like what 5 feet wide. You know, it sits right on the table. I think Iron Horse has one. I think that might be what he uses. Looks like everybody's getting ready for bed. How about we call it a night? I know I'm a little tired. What is it? 11? Nick's Pixels here, buddy. You're a little late. We're probably going to hang it up here soon. Um, Say hi, Nick Pixel, everybody. I subbed to him as soon as I saw him the first time. And then to find out he's not far from me. I probably could have used your help earlier. It took me a while to figure out how to get this thing working. I think Simple Man is as famous, if not more famous, than a lot of the YouTubers, and he doesn't put out any content. It's because he's just that well known among the YouTubers of being so supportive. It's just amazing. That guy's a cool guy. I'll tell you what. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and keep moving towards heading to bed. And, see you later. Alrighty. Nick, yep, I'll send you an email. Sometimes I forget, yeah, for some reason I couldn't get my iPad to connect. I ended up restarting it twice and putting in a new key and everything, and it eventually connected. But, all right, everybody, I'm going to head to bed. So, all right. Oh, I'm thinking about coming up with a schedule to do lives. So, I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm looking at possibly doing a schedule. So, alrighty. We'll see you later. Have a good night.